Henry Ford's $5 day was a huge step forward for American workers. It proved that paying workers more helps stimulate the economy. Paying workers more is the answer to huge problems that threaten the entire American economy beyond just inequality: sagging demand, titanic debt, and the everyday struggles of raising a family. Ford helped set the stage for the great compression that happened after World War II. In the 30 years after that war ended, when the biggest employers in the country were automakers, the American economy doubled in size. At the same time, wages for most Americans also doubled. Working conditions were improving, and the workday was getting shorter. Since 1980, the American economy has doubled in size again, but wages have stagnated or declined. The people at the top have never stopped trying to take back concessions made during the post-World War II period. Social Security is still on the list, and Medicare, and definitely Medicaid. Working conditions and safety measures are slipping away again. Workers are expected to put in more hours without getting paid more. This brings us to the modern period, where corporate profits are at all-time highs, and wages as a share of the economy are at all-time lows, or close to it anyway. One of the primary ways this was done was by shifting the primacy of American shareholders back to the top, precisely where the Dodge versus Ford ruling said they should be at the turn of the century. Bear in mind that corporate profits are not an accurate indicator of a nation's overall economic health, nor is the stock market, which went on a decade-long winning streak after the global financial crisis of 2007. As mentioned before, a booming stock market really only indicates how well the richest 10% are doing. Even some in the business press have begun to question if helping the rich at everyone else's expense is a good long-term plan. Stockholders are most concerned about the short term. They want to see profits in every quarterly report. They want dividends and rising stock prices, and they want them now. Shareholders don't think long-term. As editor-in-chief of Business Insider Henry Blodgett observed, the short-term corporate profit obsession is actually starving the rest of the economy of revenue growth. That's because your wages and mine ultimately become business revenue when we spend them. Just as Henry Ford said, if we don't get paid, businesses don't get revenue. Raising wages raises revenue, which helps the economy. If workers, rather than shareholders, got a bigger share of corporate profits, we'd all be a lot better off. How did things get so far out of alignment? To understand inequality, we need to start at the top. When we talk about employers in the early 21st century, there's one name that stands out above all others: Walmart. Let's make them pay.